there is a high tax on the female body when they become pregnant, obviously, right? We know that. But back in the caveman days, there was also high fatality. So there was a high rate or a risk that when a female gets pregnant back then, that they would not carry the baby to term and they could possibly die. So biologically, there's this drive to make sure that if they are going to get pregnant, it needs to be by the best man that they can possibly attain. Okay? Which makes complete sense. And it is not that crazy of a thing to say. Like I said, we all want to be with the best person that we can be with, right? So here's the problem with social media and what it has done. Throughout time, we have always been in small tribes, 20 people, 30 people, whatever. Even if you think like Amazonian tribes, right? They have a small group of people, and then several miles down the road, there's another group of people, another tribe, right? But it's like 30, 40 people, right? Okay. So back then, it was very easy for a woman to know that they were with the best man that they could get because there wasn't that many of them. They knew every single man out there in their life. And so when they selected the man to become their mate, that hypergamy drive was satisfied. Now, obviously, like as society got bigger and towns got bigger and all this stuff, this has always been a little bit of a problem. But now social media has made the dating pool global. So I think it becomes more difficult for a female to settle into a relationship and be happy and 100% satisfied and think that they have actually gotten the best person that they can get. Because we don't know every single person in the world. It's impossible to know. So it doesn't satisfy that hypergamy drive in them as much because there's always the possibility, what if there's somebody else better? What if I just hop on Tinder? What if there's somebody in France that is a better guy than the guy that I'm currently dating, right? So there's always that what if. And I think that has made it very difficult for men to compete with that. I might be the best person, the best male in my town, but that doesn't matter if they can just pick up their phone and talk to a guy in Dubai who's a millionaire and owns a yacht, right? If we rewind time a little bit more before social media and before cell phones and stuff like that, that guy in Dubai existed, yes. The woman in my town might have known that those types of guys exist, but there was no way for their lives to connect, at least as easily as it is now. Now, you have to be the best man in your town, but you also have to compete with every other man in the world because they could possibly slide in your woman's DMs, or, if things go bad or things are a little rough in your relationship and you hit a rough patch, the draw to pick up the phone and start searching for somebody else is always there. And I think that it just affects men. It does affect men and it does affect women. I just think it affects women a little bit differently. And then the side effect of that is negative for men. Either way, social media is not good for anybody, honestly. It's not good for young people. It's not good for relationships. It's just really not good.